So in terms of tourism figures, South Africa attracts the largest number of visitors in all of sub-Saharan Africa, making the tourism sector quite strategic for the local economy. But South Africa has serious social challenges, such as high unemployment, and authorities are looking to the tourism sector to create jobs and also to develop business opportunities for entrepreneurs. Vumani Mkhize caught up with Chifiwa Chivengwa, the Chief Executive of the Tourism Business Council of South Africa, to find out how the sector is helping to further youth employment.
If you look at the numbers in South Africa alone, as a country, tourism employs, directly and indirectly, more than 1.5 million, people. This is about 4.5% of total workforce in this country. So it's massive. This is bigger than mining. We're just slightly behind agriculture. So we're doing a great deal of work, in our own country to make sure that we advance, the economic benefits of tourism. Also to communities as well, so that they can see the benefits of tourism. Are we doing enough throughout the African continent? Still, there's a whole lot more that we can do to advance, tourism as an enabler and a job creator. But also we need to get the politics of each country right. People like to go to countries that are stable. They want guarantee, that they will go into the country and be able to go home, and that's what we do here in South Africa very, very well to make sure that our tourists that come into the country have the sense of safety. Number two, we as local, tourists, we still need to do more in traveling our own countries, so that when the tourists come into the country, they can have a feel of what we feel, in those products.
There are a number of challenges that consumers and travelers encounter when traveling in Africa, in terms of access to visas, hotels, credit card facilities. What type of discussions are you having with your clients in order to facilitate better travel in Africa?
It is something that we're working on as an African continent in introducing, the e-visas. Here in South Africa, we're going to be piloting e-visa. I think it's going to be done now in April through the Department of Home Affairs. Once we pilot that and we're able to expand it, it's easier for people to apply for visa to come into the country. You can do it in the comfort of your own home or your own office. That is important that we get that right and we get it going. There are other issues, that other African countries will have to deal with. Issues of banking, When tourists come into the country, they want to use different methods of payment. And it's not only, the ATMs or the banks, it's also mobile payments. How do we make sure that, we really harness that situation, to ensure that when tourists are coming here, they can be able to pay using their phones. So we are having various discussions, especially here in South Africa, as we look into, really putting our efforts in targeting, the China, India, which we believe is going to have a lot of potential in bringing tourists into the country. In terms of infrastructure, South Africa as a country, we are far advanced in infrastructure. Lots of people that travel into this country, be it coming from Europe, be it coming from America or any other economy or country in the world, we sort of under-promise and over-deliver. Lots of people are surprised when they leave. They're surprised that we have the roads that we have. They're surprised that we have the hotels that we have. In any country now in Africa, you'll see that there are international brands that are building new hotels.
So you're an ambassador for our country, really. You are selling venues like this. This is God's window, right? Behind us.
Absolutely. This is in Mpumalanga. This is the Three Randavels.
Yeah.
So this is what we said. This is just one of many, many products that we have in South Africa. Yeah. So I am passionate about tourism, and I'm going to be in the industry for quite some time. To advocate for tourists coming to the country. It does have a good impact. We create jobs. We're able to stimulate the economy, and those are the two important things that we need in this country.